construction work in the office started early in 2017 and we finished in 2018 in July, so we've now been in the building for a year, which has been great for the association. Tollcross Housing Association owns 2,500 houses in this area, all within about a mile of the office. So when we go to build a new office, it's a big step for us. We spend a lot of money on it and we need to be able to justify that to all of our tenants. There were a number of things that the architect held in Canada to respond to. One was the site and the link between the park and the townscape behind the park. But the function of the association was really important and how it worked within the community. We are a community-based organisation and tenants run the association. You've got the glass side looking into the park, so you've got that great view across the park and into the trees and the view that always changes. And you've got the other side of the building that responds to the back side of the tenements. And I think that works really, really well. But I think as well, the idea that the building lets light in, I think the other side of that's really important as well, because people from the outside can see into the building. So we're not trying to hide anything here. We're part of the community, folk look in and see us all the time, and we look out and see them.
Well, this building needed to be used by the community, it needed to be recognised by the community, it needed to have an identity within the community, and also I think it needed to be welcoming, it needed to draw people in, people need to feel like they can come here, it's not too formal for them, it's not too civic, but it has to kind of have both those functions.
The notion that he had was he wanted to bring everyone together in one building, and within that building each department should clearly have its own identity, because the association had been kind of isolated in different departments and a number of properties around about the Tollcross area, so they weren't to be isolated, as it were, which is where probably the three-dimensionality in the section, that's where that idea was basically born from.
I do really like the stair and how it works up through the building, and I really like how every space is connected to other spaces. For me, yeah, being able to stand outside on the second floor and then actually see down to the first floor and the ground floor, I think for a working environment, that's brilliant. It's a lovely space to be in. It's very relaxing, it's calm.
The programme developed to include not just the working spaces, but the staircase and as an event within itself, as a kind of social thing where you interact, so you don't just come into like a fire escape stair and go up and down. It's actually something where you bump into, you can have conversations with people. And so as well as the main working spaces, there are breakout spaces, community rooms.
Creating nice environments is as important as what the building looks like, because people work in a building, they don't sit outside and look at it all day. People use a building, use a space.
Every space looks over every space. You can almost see from the top of the building right down to the bottom of the building, and again that's back to that, I work in this silo, you work in that silo, we never see each other. That was all eradicated and thought about in that design process.
It's very orthogonal, it's very diagonally rich within its experience, so you get these oblique views through.
The determination held in Canon to see these things through, I think, really showed at the end that the wee details made all the difference. The ventilation system in the building is all natural, so you get that flow of air continually if we need it coming up through the building. It's all computer controlled, windows open automatically, close automatically, to maintain that acceptable climate within the office space. So there's that function during the day, but at night when the building closes down, it's a kind of lighthouse. It's lit up, it's a beacon, people can see where we are, so it's not just that daytime thing, there is that nighttime thing as well.
So it becomes something where if you were going to meet someone, for instance, then it's just up the road from the office or whatever, so it actually has an urban role, like a public building has, something which people can remember or form memories about.
We all go across now to Lidl, our local supermarket, for our lunch, and weekly I would meet this guy, and every time I met him he stood outside the door and looked across at the building and said, "It's Hollywood, it looks like Hollywood." Which was interesting. I don't know if it was exactly the perception that I was looking for, but he was obviously happy with it.
This is the first kind of whole building that I've taken from such an early stage to completion, and yeah, for me, I'm very proud of what we've managed to achieve as a whole design team. So
I think we're all proud of the building and where we now work. And it is funny when you show people photographs of the office, their reaction to it, it's like, really? Is that where Tollcross Housing Association is based? So there is a pride in it, and I think if you went and asked the staff, they'll all pretty well feel the same. There is a pride in the building and a pride in what we've achieved.